Hello and welcome back to Doki Literature Club. I'm just going through and seeing some of these options. And if nothing different happens, then you won't see it. Okay, so I couldn't. I played the first part forward and backwards, and yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything crazy. I have all these pictures. I don't know how to get all of them. There's probably a way, but I don't know what it is. Whoa. Some of these are missing. But these are the poems, so shouldn't they just be there? Maybe they're not in any particular order. And this is the CGs from the first part. I assume these are gonna be the CGs for the second part that I haven't gotten yet. And then there are secrets, which I have gotten none. No secrets. Oh wait, the CGs actually might be part of the side stories. Not sure. I'm not gonna do the side stories yet, because I might have to get them all before it'll let me. This is probably gonna be short. I don't know how many side stories there are. There's at least this many. And we will see to get all 6. Oh, there are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have all of them. I am gonna try and finish up the game to get some more little secrets, even though I have gotten 0 because I am bad. What if I delete them all? I'm not gonna do that right now. That'd be interesting. Maybe later. But yeah, I looked at some of these things and they don't really say anything too interesting. That's from the first. I keep saying the first game. The other game, everyone should know about it already. Insecure directory. This is a scratch disk, don't mess with it. Paula. I'm a Paula, say what? I don't know what any of this means, baby. Test. Disposable drive. System. None of these things can be opened except this thing, and it means nothing to me. This means nothing to me. Because I've already messed around with some of these things, and I don't understand them. That's not for me to know what's going on. And if I recall, all of these are empty. I went into them tediously and looked through them, and if there's something in it that I missed, then that's just gonna have to be okay, because that's a lot to look at. Oh, there's not a 5 in this one. Interesting. But there's 5 in the rest of them. See? Interesting. Interesting. I don't think anyone cares though. Maybe it's a secret. Do I know? Oh. No, I do not. What's crazy about this is that they coded a whole desktop, so really none of this stuff is here by accident. Oh, wait. What's this? Open it! Open it! Open it! Can I can't do anything with it. Just open it. Alright, well I'm deleting it. Unable. Well fine then. It won't let me. Where was that in? It was in 1. 501? Interesting. It doesn't let me do anything, but it's interesting. I don't think it gave me anything. And again, I'm not smart enough to know. Maybe my tedious nonsense will help someone. Probably not. Because they'll probably do it themselves anyway. This is pretty obvious, like, secret thing. You know? I've already forgot what that thing was I found. It was called 14.txt, but I couldn't open it, so... Basically, it is pointless. Unless it's like a, clue to something else that I don't know anything about. I know that this is full of secrets and stuff. But I just don't know. Oh, there's no 0 on this one. Interesting. 4-2 don't have 0. Is it an oversight or is it intentional? I would be willing to bet that it's intentional. Do I know what it means? No. But that doesn't mean that it's not intentional. It also didn't let me open that text file. I worked so hard to find it. How dare it, honestly. Oh, look! Open. Ree! Delete it. Ree! 404. Is that a joke? Doki Doki Literature Club not found? Open it. Wait, what? Unknown error. Please try again later. Okay. Will it only let me open some things on, like, certain times a day? That would be so crazy. I hope that's not the case. I'm not that committed. Dweeb? Oh wait. Heh. I can't open any of these things! Mess? 14 mess? This surely means something. I don't know what it is though. Can't open any of it. 14 mess DDLC. I'm a 14 mess DDLC. 344. What does that mean? Something, probably. Surely these numbers wouldn't mean nothing. Right? Because they only sometimes have stuff in them. And sometimes they don't even have other numbers in them. And they had to make these hand by hand. So yeah. I'm gonna enjoy when people actually know what the hecky all this stuff means. Because then I can just look at it and be none the wiser. Even though I still am going through and trying to get all the stuff, it doesn't mean anything to me, but whenever I see it meaning something to people, I'm gonna be like, oh look. I think I already looked at these. That's what that thing meant. That thing I couldn't do anything with. Wow. I also keep clicking on the ones I already clicked on. That's okay. I wonder if new stuff shows up whenever you do the different things. I don't know. No new stuff. No new stuff. No new stuff. No new stuff. Okay. I guess I'll leave it off there. I haven't discovered really anything new or crazy. And in the next video, we're gonna go to the next part. The next part. And, it's gonna be some stuff. Yep. Yep. Okay. I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye! Hello and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. We are going to go to Act 2 of Doki Doki Literature Club. And if you don't know, the second part gets very crazy. I assume that everyone kind of already knows at this point, but just in case you don't, there's a lot of bad stuff. So we're gonna go to Sayori's route, and we're just gonna go to Sayori's route and leave off at the bad thing that happens, that I assume that everybody knows. It's kind of interesting to play this game because I know what happens, and I suppose that's kind of not fun to watch. I open it. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Yeah. Wake up, dummy. Ha ha ha. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter the room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Say ya! Oh look, they have the Serenity Forge in the back. And then... Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. It's not a nightmare, it's a horror game. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. Why can't I believe what my eyes are showing me? I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best for her, and everything would be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? I want to see if it'll still let me. I'm gonna cheese it. Ah, interesting, okay. Oh. I really did the bad thing. Oh, I tried to cheese it. It didn't let me. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance. I kind of ruined the moment there, but it is supposed to take you back to the yeah, it took away all my save slots. So you go to main menu. Oh, it won't even let you go to the main menu anymore. Interesting. Huh. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children.
You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting for her. If she's going to chase, I feel like running off. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the sidewalk and let catch up to me. Start a new game. I got an achievement. You can't see it, but you can trust me. It's an already school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Always. Forever. I always tell myself it's about time to meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Girls don't like anime. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. He's so sad without Sayori. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding of me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Punkamus?
Skrrr. Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
In that case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one.
A literature club. Why did it glitch there? Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Why did the music go off? Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
You ain't gotta talk shit at Natsuki. Did Monica just say, she?
Hey, Punkamus. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please?
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out.
Ha, awesome. You're really sweet, Punkamus, you know that?
It's nothing, really.
Shall we go then?
I'll look for
the materials another time. You're more important.
Oh. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. No cupcakes involved. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh.
I'm back. And I brought a guest with me.
Was it always this glitchy? It seems extra glitchy.
A guest?
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Punkamus.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So, let me guess.
You're Monika's boyfriend, right? Whoa! No, I'm not!
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as always. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you both.
So I ran into Punkamus in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Punkamus?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika.
So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Punkamus, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that.
Manga.
I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that? Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Yeah, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own.
Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Punkamus? Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But... I'm sorry, I thought...
The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Punkamus. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I'd feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Punkamus?
Yeah. It could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Punkamus, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monika looks over at me once more.
Punkamus, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh.
Yeah.
Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. Poor Natsuki. Save. Yes. We're gonna go with Natsuki. No! Joy. No! You can't have joy. Oh, I mean, that sounded bad. No happiness for you! Speaking of Papa. Milk. Bouncy. Cloud. Skirt. Vanilla. Family. Love. Nibby. Fever. Loud. Vibrant. No!
Hi again, Punkamus. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Hello? Put your face back.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Punkamus. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, come on, like he deserved any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Oh no. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Mama. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
I'm sorry, Punkamus. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
The room is moving, right? It's making me sicky. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask.
Oh, wait. I didn't mean it like that. Oh, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Ugh!
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica!
She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it all up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're into it until you figure out what the other person stands. How did you know anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I had a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Punkamus. Consider this... In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I already have a book, thank you. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe.
Don't just stand there. Ugh.
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. What have I told you people about pulling individuals out of the closet? They will leave in their own time. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that.
Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Ugh. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to be reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Yes. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in?
Jeez. Sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in their face.
Ugh, I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room.
My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this.
At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So?
Ahahaha.
Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page. Brr, 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 brr. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki.
Yeah?
Suddenly Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey, hey, hey!
Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Mm, here.
Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper.
I told you not to give.
She doesn't even finish the sentence before stuffing it into her mouth.
Don't worry, Punkamus. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now?
Yeah, that's good.
Do 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 do.
We'll go with Monica first. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem. Blah 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 blah.
Hi, Punkamus. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
Always.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, just want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Punkamus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, Punkamus.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep.
If it wasn't apparent, I don't know if I said it already, I'm doing a quote, air quote, Natsuki's Act 2 route. But if you know what I know, then you know that it's, not very different than the other route.
Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Abuse! Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Isn't that hilarious? Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because of her malnutrition. Because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side.
Yeah. Doing a bang-up job of it. I'm sure what she wants to hear.
Her dad beats her and, molests and starves her to death, but, some guys are into that.
Really, looking at the ups. Good on ya.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fear, I brandish my pen.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you'd call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that,
because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Natsuki. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things.
Ugh.
In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said.
Ugh. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem that makes me go, ha, well it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
So, in other words, you're saying you liked it.
Ugh.
Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important.
Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Can I skip? Oh. I guess I can. Oh. That might make this a little faster. Yeah. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks.
Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out as nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Punkamus did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Punkamus liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Punkamus appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Punkamus started showing up.
Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch! Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know, fucking chuny. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Punkamus hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Ah. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Punkamus. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get it? Hi, Monica. Hi. 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 Okay. That lasted longer than I thought it would. Hey, Punkamus. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Haha. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Punkamus, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Punkamus. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understand. Bum bum chimp bum 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 chimp. Do 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 do. Beep bop bop ba da ba da bop bop. Nothing weird here, just regular game. Regular things are happening in the game. Nothing weird or concerning. Everything is happy and good. Mouse, yeah. Disown, blah. I'm trying to click the ones I haven't clicked before. Ow. Oh, I like this one. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have clicked that one. Color. Poof. Oh, she went all small. Doki Doki. Smile. Shiny. Rainbow. Sweet. Play. Giggle. Pretty sure that's all Natsuki stuff. The picture's the same now. It changed back. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. I forgot to save it!
Ah! I'm an idiot!
Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Welcome back, Punkamus.
Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Punkamus, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little brighter with you around and... Sorry, what am I saying right now? I just...
Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was.
Man.
Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't.
Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So...
Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday?
Huh?
Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But...
I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kinda nice to hear since I was afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
Hehehe. No, not at all. I don't hate you.
Ha ha ha. Well, you're kinda weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry.
There you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Nah. Well, Natsuki was.
I was not! What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve.
I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed.
Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime.
That's...
Monika looks at me.
Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will.
That sounds cool. I look forward to it.
Is that so? Well, just stick around to the credits. In that case, I won't let you down, Punkamus.
Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently.
I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet.
Punkamus, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean in the club.
I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday,
She's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there.
Oh, okay. What's the story about anyway?
Well,
I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it.
Oh, the picture's the creepy one again.
The book, I mean. I'm also really into cutting people's limbs off. Not the thing about the limbs.
It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Punkamus?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those kind of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because of someone wants to be evil,
but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway.
Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I don't know what that said. I kind of forget to pay attention to others. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes, okay.
I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. And ignore the fact that you just glitched out of reality for a second, that's fine. It's to be expected, you know. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. Did I save the last one? Nope. What is wrong with me? I soon understand what Yuri means about reading it in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry.
I was just bathing in the feeling of your... something. You really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's. Then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. They have a computer. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yeah? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to the side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my mind. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Punkamus? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I'm a heartless bitch. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we could start it without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then I slip it back into my bag. Hi again, Punkamus. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on it. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Punkamus. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way that this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't. Beautiful, beautiful, blurs, flashing, piercing, red, blue, green, and endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing chalk on table, like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Endless poem of endless. Delete her. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Okay. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Natsuki. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. I wonder if this is the same code as the other one, or if this is a different one. I see Bible. Punkamus, why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, Punkamus, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. I feel a little bad that I'm so desensitized because I've seen this so many times. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. Excuse me? I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. There's like sweat or something. A rotating wheel turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox. Does gearbox mean something? Aside from, I guess, the company. A sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God. As he does, I guess. Or she. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears in a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel.
It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pin fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I am okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though.
Yes, I would love to read it. A joke. A man walks into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. Very on the nose. This is that's hell of a joke. Really good one. Definitely not literally the way that this game happens. Oh, look, there's a little Sayori peeking. Look at her peeping. Oh, that's my mouse. It's a little peeping Sayori. She's haunting you. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Hold on. You need to see it. Can you see it? Look, she's haunting. Monica, you killed me. I can't believe you done this. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Okay, I'll put it back now that the mouse is no longer Sayori. We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Punkamus joined, and we have started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to be complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members would just mean everything gets noisier and a lot more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do.
So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Punkamus? Oh, come on! You can't take advantage of Punkamus to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Punkamus joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Punkamus isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like it is. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once.
Monika's clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words.
That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Punkamus want to get more members too. Right?
I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation,
No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did?
But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything.
Punkamus, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it?
Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it?
In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join.
Monika sits down and stares at her desk.
What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with a club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me.
She's not taking anything away.
No, Punkamus. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice.
Natsuki starts packing up her things.
I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki.
Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom.
This is bad. I don't know what to do.
Well, do you have an opinion on the festival?
I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess.
Who cares about that obnoxious brat?
I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that.
Nobody would cry if she killed herself.
Oh. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Punkamus? What do you want to get out of this club?
Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place.
I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way.
Oh my god, her eye's bleeding. Because it got stabbed. But it's still bleeding. I didn't notice that before. I was gonna say that's funny, but that's not the right word. That's interesting that they kept the consistency.
With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone every once in a while. So if you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well.
Alright. Maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods, and her eye stops bleeding.
Hey, Yuri. Huh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday,
But I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Punkamus? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Punkamus before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow! Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Punkamus, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know. Haha. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk with you about. Things I know only you can understand. Wait, not yet. No, stop it! I don't think there's a lot left, so I'm gonna finish this up. With, quote, Natsuki's route, even though I'm pretty sure they're just the same. Bloop. Parfait. Now. Whoa. There's a little bouncer over there. Did you see? Oh, where? No. She jumped at anime. Doki Doki. Vivid. Giggle. Pure. Party. Together. Journey. Kitty. Nightgown? Hello? No. Stop, I was doing something. That actually scared me a little bit. And I knew it was coming. Oh god, she is cracked out. Hi, Punkamus. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica! I told you not to... Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say it like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Ah! Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination, starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination.
but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival, too. Anyway, Punkamus, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Punkamus is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
Ah, I might as well walk with you.
That's okay. You stay here. I won't take long.
Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom.
Did Yuri leave again?
No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea.
Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding.
10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. I like how it sounds like I'm, covering my ears or something. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be is at the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri?
Yeah! I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Punkamus, do you like oolong tea?
Ah, yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Punkamus. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Punkamus, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Yeah, why is that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because of
your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading.
Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from the bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assumed the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kinda cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. And I fail. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. Wouldn't want the chocolate smudging the page, you know? You know, all the foreshadowing in this conversation. God forbid we smudge the pages. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Punkamus. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Punkamus. Suddenly, Yuri forcibly grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Fuck this teacup. Punkamus. My heart won't stop pounding, Punkamus. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Punkamus? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. That thing I was trying to avoid this whole time. I don't know if you guys can see this, it's dark as hell. At least on my screen. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you with my human eyes. It's time to share poems. Well, awk. Should I share my poem with first? Hey Monica, did you see that crazy shit? Punkamus, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. I'm glad that we were casually just talking about it. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. I'm about it. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though. Manipulative bitch. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Do you? Do you really?
Anyway, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's, effective. Here goes.
Oh no.
Geez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at, writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on.
Talk to Natsuki, but I think she's crying.
This one's alright.
Alright.
Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay?
I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri's been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you might not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll get mad at me. She'll get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try to be better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless, so please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading.
I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Punkamus? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Finally. Haha.
Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath.
I love it. I love everything about it. Pungamus, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please?
Sure, I don't care.
Haha. You're too nice to me, Punkamus. I never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but
really.
I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right?
It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest.
I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it.
I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream.
You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it!
Yes. Very good, very good. Yep. These are words. Pentagresper. Are there? I assume that these are actually words, but I can't read any of them. Blood. Hello.
Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club?
I think I'm going to vomit. Cool. Yes. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke and everyone laughed, but I thought nobody else was there. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Weird.
Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with.
Stagnating air is calm and foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up nice mood lighting. There, see? What a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Huh? What about Punkamus? Punkamus is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too! What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Punkamus around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay then, why not let Punkamus decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Punkamus make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Punkamus, I know how fed up you are with these 2 by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth! For God's sake. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? You can't see the mouse, but I think you know. Will it let me click on the other ones if I'm fast enough? Oh. I clicked on Yuri. I was trying to click on Natsuki. Yay, you picked me! We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It's fair, Natsuki. It's what choice he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then making Punkamus and then taking Punkamus for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Punkamus away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, just let it go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little more time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Punkamus. Yuri's really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out of the door. Finally. Finally! This is really all I wanted. Punkamus, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the 2 of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful?
Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't really care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Punkamus. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monika's listening. Please, Punkamus, just know how much I love you. I love you so much I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Punkamus. Tell me you want me to be your lover. Do you accept my confession? Oh, fuck. Yes. Stab. Alright. Well. Wait. Can I save? Save. What a depressing save screen. Okay. I think from that point on, the game kind of enters the final act. I am gonna go back and see what happens when I do just Yuri's route, but I think it's pretty much the same, minus the little Natsuki bits at the front or the start. But yeah, I'll leave it off there on that beautiful happy note, and I'll see everybody in the next video.